Hi, I'm Chef Dio, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite dishes, eggplant parmesan. Now, as much as I enjoy eating eggplant parmesan, it's not one of my most favorite things to cook in the kitchen. And I'm going to show you why in just a few minutes. But this purple little vegetable right here is really very tasty. These are some of the ingredients you're going to use to make this great dish. First of all, we've got some salted water. Now, eggplant normally is pretty bitter, so we're going to go ahead and put it in some salt water to take the bitterness off. We've got some eggs, we've got buttermilk, one of our secret ingredients in breading, and of course, Italian breadcrumbs. Now, these are not just regular Italian breadcrumbs, they're Progresso Italian breadcrumbs. You can get those in the store, so you can make it taste just like this. So this is the first stage. We're going to peel the eggplant. This is one of the reasons why I'm not crazy about this. Now, when I cut it, I'm using my finger as the measure. We're going to cut these fairly thin. We're looking at about 1/4 to 1/2 inch on the slicing. So we're going to cut it. We're using our fingers to measure, so we're getting them extremely thin. So important, because if it's too thick, it's just going to be a little bit bitter. So we're going to get them nice and thin here. And we're almost done. Now you got to remember, when I do this, I usually do about 6 to 10. So this will give you an idea how long it's going to take. Now we've got them all sliced. We're going to put them in our salt water. All right, there's the buttermilk and the egg mixed together. See how thick that is? You can only get that with buttermilk. You can't get it with whole milk because whole milk is not as thick. It makes a great batter. Okay, we're ready with our eggplant now. Try to drain them a little bit out of your water. You don't want to go ahead and thin down your great batter that you just made with a bunch of water. So we're going to go ahead and put some in here. Get them started. Get them underneath and get them all soaking really good. Now this is a custom bowl that I designed. Maybe someday if I get old enough, I'll patent it and you can use this at home. It's called my breading bowl. And what's nice about it is you can just toss your breadcrumbs and throw in as many of your eggplant as you want. It's kind of like a little machine that you just keep throwing eggplant in, keep tossing it around, throw the eggplant in, toss it around some more. Throw another eggplant in, keep tossing it. Now they're all getting all nice and coated in there, and I just keep throwing in eggplants, and they just keep getting breaded up until I got a whole bunch of them in there, and they're tossing around. Now remember, this is my wet hand. Don't go there. This is my dry hand. So we're gonna get the dry hand. You get all these nicely. Look at how perfectly breaded they are. Look at that. All right, that was step 1. Now we're going to step 2. We've got to cook the eggplant. All right, this is a little biothermometer. Now, I use a gas stove and I have to have my oil up to 350. Now I recommend at home you get an electric skillet and don't go to 350, go to 375 because the recovery time in an electric skillet is going to be less. All right, we're at 350 degrees. We're ready to fry. So we're going to get started here. Now always have some long tongs because you don't want to get too close to the oil because it's going to go ahead and splash up on you. We're just going to go ahead and put our eggplant in here, 350 degrees. Now as you notice, this is all I use this skillet for. This is a seasoned skillet that I have. A lot of people like cast iron skillets. I'm not a fan of cast iron skillets because especially I don't make cornbread. If I was making cornbread, I'd have to have that because that's pretty imperative to make good cornbread if you've got a cast iron skillet. So we're going to get our first batch in. This is going to take 2 batches to go ahead and get it cooked. Okay, we're at 350 degrees. What we're waiting for is we're waiting for the edges to start getting brown. Now you don't want to overcook it because you're going to cook it twice. Once you fry it, you've got to go ahead and bake it, so don't cook it too much. Remember, I've always tell people you can cook it more, but you can't cook it less. All right, we're brown on this side. We're going over now. Here we go. Everybody's turning here. Over we go. Over we go. Here we go. And the last guy is over. Okay, now we got everybody turned over. They're going to puff up a little bit sometimes if you got a really good egg and buttermilk wash on there because that's a great breading. And that's going to hold up really, really well when you go to bake it. the breading's not going to fall off. It's going to stick on it really, really well. All right. Now this next step is really important. You got to make sure that you do this. Okay, we're going to stack a few of these up, and we're going to get the oil off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shakes. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and stand these up on our papers right here to get all that grease off. So we're going to stack some more here. 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and we're going to stack these guys up so all the grease runs off. You don't want to lay them flat because then they're going to get all greasy and yucky. All right, we're down to the last step. We've got all of our eggplant fried, and it's cooling off right now, and it's set up, and it's nice and crispy. It's not oily. The next item you need is Papa Dio stick red sauce, or it's not going to taste like Papa Dio's. We've got it heated up right here, and we've got whole milk mozzarella cheese. Now there's a lot of cheeses in the grocery store, but I like whole milk mozzarella because it has a lot more flavor. It doesn't burn as easy, and it melts really evenly. So if you want to go ahead and save some of this, and you didn't want to cook it all tonight, you just let it cool completely down to where you can touch it and it's not even hot. Put it in a Ziploc bag, date it, put it in your freezer or your refrigerator, and it's ready to use again. All you have to do is bring it up to temperature and put it in your oven, and there you go. Now, if you want to take this to somebody for a gift or for a vegetable, or you need a side dish, or you're doing a potluck dinner, you can put this in a casserole dish. Put some of Papa Dio stick red sauce at the bottom of your dish, layer your eggplant in, a little bit more sauce, top it off with some cheese, bake it in your oven, and bring your Pyrex dish ready to serve to your event. All right, are you hungry yet? We're almost there. We've got all our eggplant fried. We got our Papa Dio stick red sauce heated up in our pot here, and we're ready to go. Let me show you how we do it at Papa Dio's. We're going to take this eggplant, we're going to put it on a dish, and again, it's going to be 5 or 6 ounces. Now that's a pretty good portion right there. So when you put your sauce on, make sure it's a little bit hot so it doesn't take as long to cook. And you don't want to cover your eggplant. You just want to put a little bit on top for flavor. Because what's going to happen is, if you've got this in your refrigerator and you're heating it back up again because you made a whole bunch of it because you like it, it's going to crisp itself back up because all of this outside oil is going to fry back up again in the oven. We got our whole milk mozzarella cheese. We're going to put just a little bit in the middle here. Make it look real pretty. And again, if you're stacking this, you can just cover it with cheese. Cheese is great. I love to add a cheese. Gotta add a cheese. Okay, we're ready to go in our oven. Now our oven behind us is a convection oven. It's set at 400 degrees, and we're gonna cook it for 4 minutes. Now at your house, it might take a little bit longer. Okay, here we go. We're in the oven. We got our timer on right now. 4 minutes. And cook. Well, there's our buzzer. That was a fast 4 minutes. Let's get it out of the oven. Now remember, you gotta have a dry towel if you're gonna take something out of the oven. If the towel is wet, the heat will go right through it and burn you. So make sure you got a dry towel if you don't have a pot holder. Okay, here's our eggplant. Nice and golden brown on top. It's nice and crispy still. Make sure you underlay it. Now we always use a oven-safe plate at Papa Dio's because we want your food to taste hot to the very last bite. So let's garnish this up. We're going to put our kale on there. Fresh parsley chopped on top. And it's ready for you to enjoy. And don't forget, you can do all of this work and you can't make it taste like Papa Dio's unless you get Papa Dio's thick red sauce at your grocery store or here at Papa Dio's. And remember, the QR code gives you all of these recipes so you can make it just like I do at Papa Dio's. Papa Dio's thick red sauce in your grocery store. And remember, if you like the video, please press like and share it with a friend and cook together. Bon appetit!